Girl, I just have to speak about Ladytron's new song. Well, it's kind of new. It's like a year, maybe a few months. It's called Misery Remember Me. And these are songs that, what do you call it? People that release these types of songs need to be held accountable at the full extent of the law. Because, like, for example, like, songs like Lips Are Moving and Sex Dreams and Misery Remember Me, they, like, Lips Are Moving by Meghan Trainor, Sex Dreams by Lady Gaga, and Misery Remember Me by Ladytron. Because, first of all, Lips Are Moving is supposed to be a pro-prudence song. It's supposed to be about prudence. And, here you have this woman singing about prudence, and then she's over here talking about, oh, but I can't be replaced because I come from outer space. Given the things that have happened recently, like the whole UFO stuff and blah, 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 the telepathy stuff, the teleportation stuff, the US federal government flat out stating that telepathy is real and flat out stating that teleportation is real, and me having seen teleportation happen because my mom is over here fucking doing it, but she's playing that fucking game of, I don't know what you're talking about, you must be crazy, blah, blah, blah. I even sent her a message the other day on Facebook Messenger with the documentation and the articles from the National Science Foundation stating that teleportation is real. And what did my mom do? Ignored it. So I know, because I saw my mom fucking teleport. I've seen her teleport like maybe like 5 times. Not actually saw her face to face do it. Like, she didn't do it right in front of me, but she did it while I wasn't looking. Like, she, just the other day, I was waiting for her to go outside because she was going to take me to the bus station. And I was waiting in front of the front door. I was waiting for her to leave. And my mom flat out went into her room, like, before she went outside. And I thought she was going into her room to, like, I don't know, get ready to go to the bus station. So she's in her room, and I'm waiting outside of the front door. And waiting and waiting and waiting, like 10 minutes go by. Like, probably about like 5 minutes in, my brother walks past me, and he opens the front door and goes into the car. Like, he goes, but I didn't go with him. I stayed inside because I was waiting for my mom to go out so I could go behind her and, you know, go into the car. So my mom is in her room. The light is turned on and everything, but I didn't go in her room with her. I was outside of the front door waiting for her to go out. And her light is turned on and everything. I'm still waiting for her to come outside. My brother's already outside. Then my mom calls me, and I answer the phone. And my mom goes, are you coming outside? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she says, I'm in the car. And I'm like, okay. So I didn't say anything because I already did mention to her that the government mentioned that teleportation is real and blah, blah, blah. And every time I told her that, she gets angry at me and fights me. And says, I don't want to hear that stuff every time I tell you to get a job and go to work. And now I do have a job. And now I did text her that I did show her the article. So now what is she going to say? What is she going to say? Oh, you have a job now? Now she just flat out ignored me. And I sent her that article when she was literally like 10 feet away from me with her door closed in her room. And she just ignored the message, didn't say anything, but like, maybe like a month or 2 ago, whenever I first told her about that article, she was like, every time I tell you to get a job and blah, 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 you tell me something about telepathy and teleportation, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And now she flat out teleported. She went out of her room because I know my mom. I've known my mom for decades, ever since I was a baby. And I know my mom isn't raggedy, ratchet, or ghetto to be crawling out of windows and messing up her hair. Like, my mom will never do anything drastic that will mess up her hair. Do you understand what I'm talking about? She will never do anything raggedy or ratchet that could potentially even make her look ratchet or make her look like her hair is raggedy or her clothes are raggedy. My mom will never do that. So you'll never in the history of humanity or the universe will you ever see my mom crawling out of a fucking window in desperation to troll me into making it seem like teleportation is real. So I can take that out of the window because my mom will never, I can throw that out. I can throw that argument out of the fucking window because I know my mom. I've been around my mom for fucking 3 decades. My mom has never in 3 fucking decades done anything ratchet or raggedy like that. Like crawling out of a fucking window. Crawling out of a fucking window. Flat out pushing the screen, because these windows have screens. Pushing the screen out of the fucking window. Breaking the screen and crawling out of the fucking window. You know that mosquito screen? Breaking the fucking screen of her only window in her fucking room, because she only has one fucking window. Breaking it, crawling out, and then closing the curtain behind her, because it would be awkward, because you know when you close it from the opposite side, you kind of have to like awkward, like my mom would never do some shit like that. Never. My mom, I know my fucking mom, she wouldn't do some raggedy shit like that. That's raggedy fucking 14-year-old sneaking out of the house type shit. My mom, this ain't even my fucking home. So how the fuck, why would my mom go through drastic measures like that in her own fucking home? So anyway, I was waiting in like, that's how I know she teleported, because I know my mom isn't raggedy or ratchet or ghetto, and she ain't gonna be crawling out of fucking windows. She doesn't crawl out of windows. She doesn't do that. So I was waiting in front of the front door, waiting for her to go out, and she just never went out the front door. And I was waiting right in front of the front door. She never went out. She just casually called me and was like, "Are you going to go outside?" And I didn't. She knows that I can't call her out on it. I did call it out when I did go in the car. I was like, "I didn't see you go outside." And she just flat out ignored it. She didn't say anything. I can't argue against my mom. I can't tell her, like, "Mom, why aren't you answering me? You teleported." If I told her that, she would have just flat out been like, "Cállate la boca. Aquí no se habla que yo no soy fantasma. I'm not a ghost." Like, she'll flat out tell me that. "Yo no soy fantasma. I don't do witchcraft. Yo no hago brujería. I don't do that shit. So shut your mouth. We're going to the bus station. I want this to be a peaceful ride. I don't want to crash. She'll tell me that. I don't want to crash the car. She'll flat out tell me that. So, anyway, I'm just calling out the fact that my mom's out here teleporting flat out in front of my face. She didn't do it in front of my face like I saw her disappear and go into the car. No, she went into her room and then magically ended up in the car without opening the front door, even though I was standing right in front of the fucking front door. And then, what do you call it? So I just have to call that out about like Ladytron, and then Lady Gaga, the whole Sex Dream song, that song needs to be held, she needs to be held accountable at the fullest extent of the law. Like, she needs to be held accountable because she's flat out stating in that song that telepathy is real, because she says we could be caught, we're both convicted criminals of thought. And then she says we can't hide the evidence in our heads. In other words, telepathy is real. Because what does that translate to? You can't hide the evidence in somebody's head? Telepathy. What the fuck? Anyway, so then you have Misery Remember Me by Ladytron. And I posted a comment. And that's the thing. Ladytron, that's the weird thing that's been going on lately. I have grown up listening to Ladytron since I was like 14 years old. I have been listening to Ladytron like non-fucking stop. Like, I listen to Ladytron at least once a fucking day type shit. Do you understand? Like, at least I need my fix of Ladytron like at least once a fucking day type shit. Do you understand? Sometimes for hours. Sometimes this will go on for a good fucking hour or two of just listening to Ladytron. Non-stop for years and years and years and years and years. Now I'm 30. I've been listening to Ladytron since I was like fucking 14 years old. Non-stop. And Ladytron has been a big part of my fucking life type shit. And, so now Ladytron is just casually liking comments. Casually. So now they liked my comment. And I posted a comment on their page on their Misery Remember Me song. And I said, isn't this what somebody says Like, because the song is flat out, like, trolling. Like, now I'm realizing Ladytron has been, like, trolling all of these years. Because, bitch, if you know how to teleport, if you know how to be telepathic, if you know all that stuff, technically you're in heaven. Because if you can teleport, you can get rid of pain. Do you understand what I'm talking about? If you know how to teleport your DNA and manipulate your DNA, if you know how to teleport your body, you know, like, teleport, it's like shape-shifting. If you can do that immediately, you can end pain. So technically, you're in heaven. You know what I mean? You don't have to die. Because technically, the reason why people get old is because of their telomeres, like, shortening and stuff. You can teleport your telomeres back to, like, whenever you were youthful type shit. So, and technically, if you're in danger, in a dangerous situation, you can teleport yourself out of there. So, what do you call it? Anywhere in the universe, you can teleport. And that's instantaneous. And all that is in the Bible. They talk, and you can't, because this is the thing. You type it on Google, the Bible is something, like, I've had people trolling me talking about, I interpret the Bible how I interpret it. It's like, no, bitch. Nobody interprets a blatant text however they want to. Do you understand? You don't do that. That's like saying, I interpret the ABCs how I want to interpret them. No, you fucking don't, bitch. When something says something, that's what it says. You don't interpret it how you want to fucking interpret it. Yeah, the Bible may be a bit metaphorical. It may be a bit, what do you call it? Figurative. But at the end of the day, there are some blatant statements on there that you can't sit there and be like, I interpret it in whatever way I want to interpret it in. No, it's very blatant. It's very blatant. For example, like, whenever they're talking about miraculous transportation, whenever Jesus, like, he teleported, he flat out teleported. They didn't use the word teleportation. They just said, oh, Jesus appeared here. Do you understand? That's what teleportation is. Someone just appears somewhere else. You don't just, like, there wasn't a storyline. Do you understand? There wasn't, like, some drama in between Jesus going from point A to point B. Do you understand? It just flat out said, and then Jesus, blah, blah. I can't say the verse exactly, but y'all can look it up online because it's real. But anyway, or y'all can look it up. Once you look it up online, go to any regular Bible, and it's in that Bible. So anyway, what do you call it? So it says that Jesus went from point A to point B without any interference in between. He just appeared. And there's this instance about this boat that just immediately showed up at the shore. Immediately. The words immediately are synonymous. The word immediately is synonymous with instantaneous. So that's what teleportation is. It's instantaneous. There is no drama. Do you understand? There's no drama in between. There's no driving. There's no drama. There's no drama. You just go from point A to point B. There. Bam. There's no time in between. There's not even a single nanosecond in between. Do you understand? It's just immediate. And what do you call it? So those instances are in the Bible. And even my mom, this is the thing, like, my mom hasn't flat out told me, oh, I read the entire Bible. She's read the entire Bible, but she doesn't run around running around claiming like, I'm a Christian 24/7. Do you understand? But she's read the entire Bible. But anyway, so my mom flat out teleported. So I'm just saying, like, that song has to be held accountable, because I ended up messaging Ladytron. Like, I posted a comment and I said, isn't this what, like, the song Misery Remember Me, like, she's flat out singing, and I'm just saying, like, it's very adequate for this moment in time, because for the longest time I had no idea that, like, I heard about ever since I was a kid. You know, like, I had watched Dexter's Laboratory and, like, Cartoon Network and movies like that. Do you understand? Like, cartoons and stuff like that, and they'd have, like, instances of teleportation happening in those cartoons. But, like, I always thought that was just, like, fiction. Do you understand? I never thought that was real, because I never saw it happening, like, nonstop 24/7, to the point that I was just like, okay, I undeniably know that it's real. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, people are just doing it right in front of my face since I'm an infant. Do you understand? Just all the time, and they just flat out told me teleportation is real, so let's do it. Let me show you. Do you understand? They never did that. Do you understand? My little brother is conspiring with my mom because he knows how to teleport too, because he flat out did it just a few, like, like 2 months ago or a month ago with her. Like they both went into their rooms and flat out, like they never opened the front door, but they left the fucking, cause I'm sleeping, like I'm right next to the fucking, like the front door is right there. It's literally right there. There are these covers, but hold on. You can't see it, but it's right next to me. But anyway, like I can hear everyone go in and out of the fucking front door, and they flat out, I know my mom and my little brother, they ain't gonna open the fucking window, break the fucking screen of the window. You know the mosquito screen that's like glued on, like super glued on? Do you understand what, or what do you call it, screwed on? Like, you telling me they're about to break that, unscrew the entire fucking mosquito screen and jump through it just to, like, who does that shit? That's ghetto shit. That's sneaking out shit. But anyway, so my little brother, like, and my mom flat out did that one time because they go to the same school. My mom's a school teacher, and he goes to her school, and flat out, like, they go together to school at like 5 or 6 in the morning, actually 7 in the morning. And I'm over here fucking, like, I'm laying down. I hear everyone fucking go in and out of the fucking door. I heard them both because we live in a small apartment, and I heard him go into his bedroom, even though they got ready. Like, my mom told him, like, okay, let's get ready, blah, blah, blah. Let's get ready for school, blah, blah, blah. And they were all getting ready. Like, I heard them getting ready. Then I heard them go into their rooms. My brother closed his door. Then my mom went into her room, and she closed her door. And I'm waiting for them to go, because I'm just waiting for them to go, because it's just like their time to go. And I never hear the fucking front door open. Ever. And then I called my mom like 2 hours later, because I'm thinking, okay, they probably like texted each other or something, or like, because like they didn't have school or something. I guess like they got a mess. Like I guess my mom, that's what I inferred. Like I thought my mom got called by the school or something, and they told her like, oh, school is closed today. Like we're not having school or anything, blah, blah, blah. And I guess I didn't hear her. She closed her door. She called my brother from the room, or texted him from her room and told him, oh, we're not going to school today because school is off today. We're having an off day, blah, blah, blah. And that's what I inferred. So I called her. Actually, I texted her and I told her, are you not going to school today? Like what, like, do y'all have a day off? And she texted me back and she said, what are you talking about? Like, I'm already in school. Bitch, that's teleportation. I would have heard them breaking their fucking screen doors. Not screen doors, the screen when, you know the screens? You know those mosquito screens that are on top of the regular windows? I would have heard them break it. Do you understand? And, what do you call it? Hold on. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's in the Bible, and then the Bible talks about telepathy as well. And then it says the Bible is just so dramatic. It's so dramatic because it doesn't get to the point. It doesn't get to the point. Like, it does and then it doesn't. Do you understand? Like, it does and then it doesn't. Like, it flat out states, like, it'll flat out state in the Bible that we're all children of God. And then you turn the page and it's just like, but even though you are a child of God and God loves you eternally and you have been given eternal life and blah, 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 and all of the gifts of the Holy Spirit and blah, 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 God will hate you for the rest of eternity. For what? Do you understand how that's dramatic and absurd and just comedic? Because it makes no sense. Because some bitch ate an apple even though God is almighty and knew that she was going to eat the fucking apple. Like, he knew at all times that Eve was going to eat the apple. And then he, like, do you understand how absurd that is? Because he goes up to Eve and asks her, what are you doing? Even though he knew, like, he knew that was going to happen. So do you understand how that's absurd? He's asking a question he already fucking knows the answer to. So do you understand? Like, do you understand how ridiculous the Bible is? And when you're a child, like, it's kind of hard to comprehend that. For a very long time, while I was reading that, like, I couldn't use the proper words. I couldn't use the word absurd or comedic. Like, it's theater, it's dramatic. It makes, like, it's too dramatic. There's too much histrionics and too much theatrics. I didn't know those words when I was a kid. So I would take it, you know, I would read that. I would think, okay, God loves me, but then I have to do something for him to love me, because clearly he hates me at the same time. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And that doesn't make sense because you can't love and hate somebody at the same time. Do you understand? And it just doesn't add up because he already knows what's going to happen before it happens at all times. So how the fuck are you going to sit there and hate? How can you hate someone if you already know what they're going to fucking do? Hatred comes out of pain. Like, literally, hatred comes out of pain because somebody does something unexpectedly and it puts you in pain, and you in turn hate them because you can deduce that, no, you did it deliberately because you knew better type shit. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So, anyway, so I'm just saying, like, that song has to be held accountable because the Misery Remember Me song, because I ended up calling out, what do you call it? And hold on, before I get into that, the whole Meghan Trainor song, the Lips Are Moving song, where she says, oh, you think I can be replaced? Nah, I come from outer space. Obviously, that she has to be held accountable because, bitch, you don't sit there and state that when the U.S. Pentagon is flat out calling out the fact. And that's the thing, that's another thing that I want to fucking talk about. Y'all been fucking, that's the thing about these aliens. The aliens, the little green men. Nah, they ain't fucking little green men. They regular ass fucking human beings. They are regular ass motherfucking human beings that are teleporting dogs. They're teleporting chameleons, teleporting fucking parrots and fucking cockatiels and fucking, what else? Teleporting fucking, cats. Teleporting all types, all these regular ass fucking animals that exist here on Earth and humans, they're teleporting them to other fucking planets and shit. Meghan Trainor is fucking doing that shit, and she's fucking showing up, fucking just showing off, talking about, and people, everyone, a lot of people fucking know that she's an extraterrestrial, but that's the thing. Y'all are only barely revealed, like, y'all don't give everything out at once. Y'all just fucking reveal it in doses. Like, y'all just fucking reveal it in small little doses. Like, y'all teleport here and there, but y'all don't do it flat out. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, y'all use like some type of clairvoyant shit where y'all are fully aware that, because you know how when people say like you have that feeling when someone is watching you? Well, y'all have that feeling. Your senses are so acute. Y'all senses are so fucking acute that y'all undeniably know when y'all are being fucking observed. So y'all know whenever I'm not looking at you. So, like, momentarily, you know, so that's when y'all can teleport so that I won't flat out see you person to person, you know, like, disappearing face to face. So it looks kind of like when I looked away, like you fucking just, like, sprinted or something or did something that, but when I think about it, it's like, it doesn't make sense because the only people I've seen teleport like that are my mom and my mom, my brother, and my neighbor that I lived with in Lake Conroe. She flat out, what do you call it? She flat out fucking, she was like a 60-year-old woman that, I'm not going to get into it. It's so annoying. I don't want to get into it because it's just so annoying because I've already said it before. I don't want to say it again. Anyway, what do you call it? I'm just saying, she was a 60-year-old woman, and the thing is, she couldn't have sprinted given her elderly abilities. Do you understand what I'm talking about? She's too old to be fucking sprinting like she's fucking Bruce Jenner for the fucking Olympics. To, like, a 60-year-old ass fucking woman smoking cigarettes every single fucking day, and you're telling me she sprinted she disappeared. I looked away for a split second, literally like 2 seconds, and looked up and she wasn't there. That's teleportation. So anyway, so I'm just saying, like, Meghan Trainor has to be held accountable because she's over here fucking talking about, oh, yeah, I come from outer space, blah, 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 and I'm a classy girl. I'm gonna hold it up. So if you're a classy girl, okay, do you understand what classy is? Synonymous with classy. Do you know what classy is? It's lovely. It's synonymous with lovely. And, like, prudent, smart, intelligent, lovely, tactful, diplomatic. That's what class is. You're classy, respectful. Do you understand? You don't sit there and state, I come from outer space and I'm a classy girl. I'm gonna hold it up. You full of something, but it ain't love. And what we gotta straight overdue. Go find somebody new. You can buy me diamond. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, that song is a pro-prudence song. Like, she's flat out, she's promoting dignity. She's promoting dignity because she's calling out the fact that I'm smart. I'm classy. You're not going to fucking sit there and lie to me about something that it's beyond obvious. Like, you think you're getting away with it, but I know better. Like, that's prudence. Prudence is knowing better. So she's flat out stating, I know better. So don't fucking, and on top of that, not only that, because she's saying, I might be young, but I'm not stupid. Like, do you understand what she's saying? Like, I might be young, but don't take that, don't abuse me. Like, that's what she's saying. Like, she's upholding her dignity. Like, she's saying, I might be young, but don't think I'm a fucking fool. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And you can't sit there and have a song like that that's about self-love and dignity and flat out associate and claim, oh, well, I come from outer space, but I was just kidding. I was just trying to save it. You don't lie about that. You don't lie about that. You don't lie about being from outer space, especially when teleportation is real. You don't lie about that. You can't be classy and lie about something so sensitive, especially when there are people, me, on this planet that want to go to outer space, that want to see other planets, that want to teleport to other planets, want to leave the drama of this planet, because there's drama all over, because there's drama in theater all over this fucking planet. Because it's dramatic when the U.S. federal government flat out states, teleportation is real. It's dramatic when the U.S. federal government flat out states, teleportation is real, it's a phenomenon, and so is telepathy. It's a phenomenon. Harvard medical doctors and scientists and professors are over here flat out calling it a phenomenon. In other words, it is an observable fact. Facts cannot be argued against. Do you understand when Ben Shapiro says facts don't care about your feelings? That's what a phenomenon is. A phenomenon does not care about your feelings. It will exist whether you want it to or not. Do you understand what I'm talking about? You can cry all day. You can buy me diamond earrings and deny, but I smell the telepathy on your collar and the teleportation all over the place. So goodbye, bye, goodbye, bye. Do you understand? I know you're lying because your lips are moving. Baby, it's not even, do you think I'm dumb? It's not even, do you think I'm dumb? Do you think I'm an idiot? It's not dumb. Dumb is more like you're unaware of something. Idiot is like you're completely aware of it and you just don't fucking care. You're just like, oh, whatever. Oh, teleportation's real. I just discovered teleportation's real. I just discovered it's a phenomenon. The fucking U.S. federal government flat out stated it. Harvard Medical School stated it. The National Science Foundation stated it. A whole bunch of other people have stated it. Lady Gaga flat out stated it. And she's getting another award by Harvard. While she's getting interviewed for this award, a woman, I don't know if she was a professor at Harvard. I think she was like a professor or a dean or something at Harvard. And she flat out told Stephanie Germanotta, they flat out told her, because they were being as legal as they could be. Because they were calling her, they were like, oh my God, hey, Lady Gaga. But then simultaneously, they were like, okay, Stephanie. You know, because they were being legal. They were being legal. And she flat out told her, she said, being right is very important at Harvard. Do you understand? Like, she flat out stated that. Like, being right is important. Like, Harvard isn't a place of like, oh, we're all about promoting nonsense and disinforming people and misinformation and nonsense. No, it's about being right. And she flat out stated that in front of Stephanie. And she was getting interviewed. This was a few months ago because Stephanie won an Artist of the Year award. And by Harvard, the same school that has Srini Pillai flat out stating that telepathy is a phenomenon. A phenomenon, by definition, is an observable fact. And anyway, like I was saying, what do you call it? Baby, do you think I'm dumb? I might be young, but I ain't stupid. Do you understand? At this point, it's I might be young, but I'm not an idiot. Because idiots, there's a difference between stupid and dumb people. Stupid is a word you use towards someone. That's a negative connotation for ignorant. Dumb and stupid are more like, dumb is less negative than stupid. Do you understand? If you call someone dumb, it's not as insulting as stupid. Stupid and dumb are words for ignorant, but you're using them in negative connotations. They're offensive words. Do you understand? They're offensive words towards someone. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And that's the reason why Meghan Trainor used that song. I mean, used those words for that song. She used the word, I might be young, but I'm not stupid, because that person's offending her because he thinks she's fucking ignorant. But that's the thing, like, do you understand? It's evil. It's fucking evil. Like, she's flat out calling out someone that's being evil. It's a fucking pro-dignity song. Do you understand? That's why she's saying you're full of something, but it ain't love. In other words, bitch, you're fucking evil. Because you're over here fucking cheating on her. Do you understand? Flat out cheating on her. But what do you call it? Flat out cheating on her. And do you understand? Like, this song is towards, like, she is talking to an adult that should know better in this song. She's not speaking to a little boy. Do you understand what I'm talking about? She's speaking as a young adult. She's saying, I might be young, but I'm not stupid. She's not saying I might be young in the sense, like, I might be 3 years old. I might be 5 years old. I might be 13. I might be 16. She's saying I might be young. Like, I may be, like, 18. I may be 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 24 might be pushing it. Do you understand? Like, that song is geared towards, like, young adults mostly, and maybe, like, teenagers that are, like, in their late teens. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Not really fucking, like, 8-year-olds or 7-year-olds. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Fucking 2-year-olds. 2-year-olds, bitch. I mean, they might dance to it, but, like, bitch, you 16 years old, bitch, y'all don't even know how to wipe your own asses. Y'all don't even know how to wipe your own asses. Y'all don't even, bitch, you have toilet paper and you refuse to use it. Do you understand? Y'all fucking 5 years old. There's toilet paper and you don't use it. Do you understand? You can't even brush your teeth. Do you understand what I'm talking about? You don't even know how to fucking dry yourself when you're fucking done in the fucking shower. You fucking look at dogs and you emulate dogs and you sit there and fucking wiggle yourself the fucking water off of you like a fucking dog at fucking age 10, however fucking old you are. So no, that song, Lips Are Moving, is not for that age group. It's for, like, late teens. If anything, it's for, like, mature late teeners. Do you understand? Mature late teeners. Do you understand? Like, people that are in their late teens that know better than other people in their late teens. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And young adults. Not, bitch, this song ain't for no fucking 30-year-old woman. This song ain't for, like I said, 24 is pushing it. When you're 25, it's like, bitch, you've been an adult for a good, 8 years? 7 years? 8, hold on, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 20. Bitch, you've grown, bitch. 25, 20, like I said, 24 is pushing it. 23 might be pushing it a bit too much. Do you understand? But that's like the cutoff line. You listening to Meghan Trainor at age fucking 40 and talking about I might be young, but I ain't stupid. Bitch, you a grown ass fucking mature ass fucking woman. Who the fuck, bitch, you couldn't tell? You couldn't tell. You couldn't tell that he was gonna fuck you over. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, that's the thing about young adults. Like, you get a sense that that person might be bad. Do you understand what I'm talking about? But you might test the waters. Do you understand what I'm talking about? They might be superficially fucking, like, really, really good looking, and they know all the right things to say, and blah, blah, blah. They're so manipulative and so good at it, and manipulating, and you fall into that trap. And it's just like, no, but when I'm talking about, no, because I'm not going to get into it, because there are two different types of manipulators. There are the poor people who are desperate to get out of whatever fucking situation. They are disinformed. They are misinformed. They are lied to. They don't even completely, they're manipulating because they're desperate. They don't even know they know left from right, but they don't completely know what 90 degrees are. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, they don't have all of the information, but they're trapped in capitalism. As opposed, like, this song really is geared, when you think about it, it's geared towards someone that clearly has, like, some financial advantage. He knows way better. He knows way beyond. He knows 90 degrees. He knows left from right. He knows right from wrong. He knows undeniably. Do you understand? He knows undeniably that what he's doing is wrong. Undeniably. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Undeniably. He's not desperate. He's not even disinformed. Do you understand what I'm talking about? He's not misinformed. It's clear. It's just obvious. You can tell that she's calling out someone who clearly knows they're not even poor. You can tell. Because she's calling out. She's like, you can buy me diamond earrings. Obviously, that person has money. He knows better. So he's manipulating from a very, like, he's doing it very oppressively. And she's obviously speaking from a sense of, like, I don't have as much money as you do. Do you understand? I'm clearly, like, not at your level. And you came up to me with, like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, there are two different types of manipulators. There are the manipulators who are, like, desperate. They're trying to get out of hell type shit. So they don't give a fuck. Like, do you understand? Those are the types of people. For example, when you listen to Born This Way by Lady Gaga, when she says, how can you protect something so perfect without evil? They're just exercising their rights. So they don't give a fuck who they step on. Do you understand? Because they're desperate. They're in some type of pain. Do you understand? Those people can't be held accountable. She's talking about someone who isn't in pain, who's fucking beyond. They clearly know left from right. They clearly know right from wrong. They aren't in any type of pain. They aren't desperate. They aren't even being abused by other people. They're flat out just they're abusing authority. Do you understand? It's beyond fucking obvious. It's beyond fucking obvious that that's what she's fucking singing about. It's beyond obvious. Because diamond earrings are expensive. Bitch, I can't afford diamond earrings. So obviously this man got money and he's over here abusing her and cheating on her. Do you understand how hurtful that is when you know that somebody that knows, like, you can tell? I mean, even if you're not stupid, but even if you're ignorant, you get, like, a sense that these people know better because they have a lot of money. Do you understand what I'm talking about? But anyway, I'm just saying, like, that song, obviously, like, she has to be held accountable because she's over here talking about, I might be young, but I'm not stupid. You don't make a pro-prudent song and then simultaneously say, well, I come from outer space, okay? Because that's what she's implying in that song. She's saying, I might be young, but guess what? I still come from outer space. So, bitch, she's practically who she's talking to is an earthling. A man who has a lot of money, was born on this planet, and he doesn't know better as opposed to her. Do you understand? Like, she's still young, but she still comes from outer space. Do you understand what I'm talking about? She knows better. She knows how to teleport. She's been on a UFO. She came to this planet from another planet. Do you understand? She came from outer space, and this man thinks that he fucking knows more than her. Do you understand? He's cheating on her. But you know, the song is kind of absurd because it's like, bitch, how are you an alien? How do you know how to teleport? And you're over here trying to hold this man accountable that can't even tell. Do you understand? He can't even tell you're a fucking alien. Do you understand? You have to fucking make a song and call him out on it. Do you understand? So anyway, so technically you have the advantage over him. So anyway, so technically you're not stupid. You might be young, but you definitely aren't stupid. So bitch, why did you get with him knowing he was going to pull that shit? Anyway, so that song, Misery Remember Me by Ladytron, where she's flat out stating, I don't know who's singing. I think it's Helen Marie. She's flat out singing and she says, that's the thing about Ladytron. Ladytron is like not to the point, you know, kind of like the Bible. They're not to the point about what they're singing, but you know, kind of like when you hear the chorus, like everything is stated in the chorus as opposed to the rest of the song, because you might try to correlate the rest of the song with the chorus, and it's like, what? That doesn't make sense. The chorus makes sense though, because she's like saying it's like a troll song. It's a flat out troll song coming. Obviously, Helen Marie knows how to teleport. Obviously, she knows how to fucking be telepathic, because that song, like, obviously, like, it fucking, like, that's somebody that wakes up, like, it's a song of somebody that wakes up in heaven. Do you understand? And they're trolling, and they're experiencing all this pleasure. They're experiencing all their answers, all their questions being answered. They know how to teleport. They have heaven. Do you understand? There's no more pain. But then she has one last question. One last question within all of the clarity. Do you understand? All the clarity of heaven. All the clarity of heaven. Do you understand the understanding of heaven? She has one last question. Will misery remember me? And then she's saying, ah. I don't even know what she says. And then she says, there's a light, I can see it. Like, do you understand how that's a trolling song? Like, that's trolling. That's trolling. Kind of like how Serge Tankian sings in Needles, and he says, when you whisper up to me in your life of tragedy, like, do you understand? There's no tragedy in heaven. Tragedy is synonymous with drama. I've already looked those words up. Tragedy is synonymous with drama. That word, true tragedy, doesn't exist in this universe. There's no possible way when teleportation exists. Do you understand? There's no way happiness can exist. The word happiness and joy can exist. With an ecstasy, those words, and bliss, those words can't exist simultaneously while tragedy exists. So in turn, tragedy is synonymous with drama and theatrics and histrionics. It's just drama. It's a whole bunch of fucking people that can't feel pain, fucking going, oh, no. Do you understand? Like, the whole funeral shit, the funerals. I've started to notice that too as I've been getting older. While I was a kid, there was like a funeral like every week. Do you understand? In Puerto Rico. And let me tell you something about Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is considered like the most poorest state in the United States. It's so poor and poor and poor and poor. And I was raised in the fucking ghetto. I'm talking about the ghetto of Puerto Rico, like the lowest of the scum ghettos. Do you understand? Like the slums. I was like raised in the slums of Puerto Rico. And those people, like your everyday people of the slums, they would die in Puerto Rico, and they would have these funerals where like hundreds and hundreds, sometimes even thousands of people would fucking go to, like from within the community. And they would always go to the local cemetery in Fajardo, which was literally like five minutes away from where my grandma lived and my great grandma. And they would always have funeral caskets. Do you understand? The expensive funeral caskets that here, you know what I've started to notice here in Texas? Texas is supposedly this very rich state. I have yet, with the exception of fucking Barbara Bush or George Bush, in my entire years of living in Texas, there's probably been like once or twice that I have seen like the caravans. You know, the caravans of the funerals? And I'm talking about, I live in a city, Houston, Texas, that has millions of people, as opposed to Fajardo, Puerto Rico, that's probably like a 30,000 person town. Do you understand? Do you understand? It's like a 30,000 person town. It's not even considered a city. It's like a town. It's more of a town, a small town. And there would be people that would die there, like, every fucking, like, and I never had that concept in my mind. I always thought that when somebody died, and that's drama engaged in by people that can teleport. They're fake, they fake their deaths. They teleport into a new body. Do you understand? They teleport into a new body because I'm telling you, y'all are hiding something from me. There are like soul particles or something. Like there are atoms, but I'm starting to notice that the smaller you go, there's a lot more that's going on. Like y'all really painted it in school. Like it was all like, oh no, it's just atoms and that's it. It's atoms and protons and neutrons and electrons and that's it. Don't ask any other questions, because if you do, you're going to get ISS, EC, after school detention, and on top of that, we might expel you and suspend you. Do not ask any other questions. Don't ask questions. Do you understand? Like, there was like a pressure that you couldn't ask those questions. Like, is there something smaller than that? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Is there something smaller than that? They painted it as if that was as small as we could get. And there was no technology that can further detect something deeper. But no, obviously there is, because y'all been lying. Y'all hoeing and lying. Y'all hoeing, trifling, and fucking lying, because there's obviously something going on that's a lot deeper. Because how do y'all just casually say, as I'm growing up, because I've been educating myself on the internet, because I realize there's a lot more information that the school in general isn't just fucking teaching me. Do you understand? I have to look have to look for these answers by myself. So I'm using the internet, and then y'all say, oh no, there are quarks. And then there are high energy, then there are high energy neutrinos, and then the Planck, and then there's not, there's a neutrino, there's one neutrino, and then there's a high energy neutrino, and then a top quark, and then a bottom quark, and then you get a bit deeper, and oh look, it looks like you've reached the end, the Planck length, and now it's the end, and there's nothing more, right? No, bitch. Someone told me that the universe is microscopically infinite as much as it's macroscopically infinite, as if it's hugely infinite, as in it's infinite big. Do you understand? Like the galaxies just go on and on and on forever. On and on and on and on forever. But microscopically, it goes on and on forever. I know that's a bit crazy. Like, it sounds crazy. It's like, how does that even make sense? But it does make sense. Because when you think about it, it's like, how is there even an end? Do you understand what I'm talking about? How the hell do we reach nothing or a stopping point? Do you understand what I'm talking about? How does that even make sense? But, the word unique, do you understand? The word unique wouldn't exist without infinity. Do you understand? You can't have uniqueness without infinity. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because it makes no sense. The only way something can be unique is if there's a limit, there's no limit. Do you understand? I'm just saying. But anyway, I'm just saying that. But anyway, like while I was growing up in Fajardo, that's the thing. There were funerals like once a week. Or like somebody would die and we would always hear, there would always be rumors about that person dying. Or I would go to a funeral of somebody that was close. But those people were like poor fucking people. Those people were like poor people with these extravagant funerals. That over here, this is the thing that I've started to notice here in Texas. They're like, oh, we couldn't we couldn't afford a funeral because it's too expensive and we had to burn the body and now the ashes are in the earth. No, what y'all doing, yo granddaddy that died, them's is just ashes from a fucking body. He teleported, because I'm telling you, they're like spirit particles that I haven't seen, but I'm sure that they exist. There's like spirit, maybe it's like dark matter or some type of like antimatter. It's like fucking, there are spirit particles, like, what do you call it? Like soul particles. Do you understand? That are controlling atoms. They're way smaller than atoms, but they're still, they like make up a soul. Do you understand what I'm talking about? They make up a soul, and like y'all teleport that fucking part. Those particles can manifest atoms. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, they can fucking like make a new body, and y'all are still in the same universe, and then you fucking leave that old body behind. You know, kind of like Lady Gaga. Have you seen that fucking John Wayne video where Lady Gaga shoots with her fucking... That's the thing. I feel for real like she's flat out engaging in that music video. And then she says, oh no, it's just CGI. It's just CGI and just AI technology. No, I feel like that woman, that body that she shot, she transferred her soul into a new body of herself, of Lady Gaga, and then she shot, like, the old body. Do you understand? And then that old body was just, like, it was dead. Do you it's not, do you understand? These aren't just, like, this is, like, more, like, atomic stuff. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, there's, like, a soul in here. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Obviously, because if the Bible says that telepathy is real and teleportation is real, and then I've already seen it, and my mom's flat out doing it, obviously there's a soul. Do you understand? There's a soul underneath all of this There's a soul that feels no pain. Do you understand? All of this shit, this external shit, This is like external. Like it's very, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like material. Like it's not that deep. Do you understand? This is all like more atomic. Do you understand why I'm touching myself? Because this is like, this is not actually my soul. This is like a representation of my soul. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? That I can't, I don't know how to use psychokinesis right now, but I can teleport I can shapeshift. Do you understand? Lady Gaga flat out stated that in the fucking Jimmy Kimmel show. She said, I've always enjoyed to shapeshift. But that's the thing, like, you can actually kill your own body. Like, it's not your own body, it's like a material version of it. It's just made up of atoms, but your soul isn't in it. Do you understand? And you can also like program it and animate it. Do you understand what I'm talking about? But it has no soul. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Kind of like how a robot. So she flat out shot it in that video in John Wayne. She had like these guns on her high heels, and she shot that fucking body, like that dummy of her, which she was in before. Her soul was in that body before, and she teleported into a new body, which was identical to that other one. It looks identically like her, but she, like, do you understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get at. How, like, you can, like, fake a death. You can fake a death. You can make it look as gruesome as possible. You can taxidermy it. You can fucking do the whole drama. You know what I'm talking about? The drama where you like put the body in the morgue, and you know when you go up to those bodies, you can tell that there's no soul in it. Do you understand? You can tell that there's no soul in it. But that person teleported elsewhere. Like, and that's one thing I always noticed. When these people died, I always had this feeling while growing up that it's just like, I cried and felt bad, you know, like I felt, but it's because I didn't understand, but then something deep down inside told me, there's like would always tell me, like, these people aren't fucking dead. Do you understand? Like, especially when my fucking friend died, when I was in fucking, well, she died, Sade. She's not fucking dead. Sade is a big time troll. Sade is a big time fucking troll. That bitch has been trolling for fucking years. That bitch has been trolling. Sade Ogunbumi. She has been trolling, and this is the thing. Like, I'm not even going to get into it, but Sade died during a specific moment where I didn't really understand better. And anyways, but she didn't die. Do you understand? And I remember saying that during her funeral, and her mom was there. Her mom was standing right next to me. Not her funeral, like her ceremony, like her, you know, the ceremony when people get together. So anyway, I was at her ceremony, and I said right in front of her mom, I was like, you know what? Like, I said that kind of naturally. I didn't really completely have all of the evidence, but I was just speaking more from intuition, if anything. But I just, because everyone was talking about Sade and talking about their memories and faking it. They're over here being theatrical. Bitch, there's no possible way my mom is teleporting and Sade died. Do you understand? Because my mom is like, even my mom was talking about my great-grandma last night. She said, ella es una mujer común y corriente. In other words, she's like an everyday person. Do you understand? She's an everyday person. And my mom is an everyday person, and my mom's flat out over here teleporting. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So anyway, so Sade was, Sade was like an everyday person. So it was like, well, I wouldn't necessarily call her so much an everyday person, because she had like connections to people that aren't considered everyday people. Do you understand? Like Peaches, like very close to Peaches type shit. Like based on her fucking, like her cousin is like close to Peaches. Not lovely Peaches. I'm not talking about lovely Peaches. I'm talking about the LGBT Peaches, the one that comes on Mean Girls, the LGBT icon Peaches. Her cousin Simone is very, 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 very close. Like close, like artistically close, career-wise, professionally, and friendship close to Peaches. So that to me, do you understand? Like Sade wasn't really like, even though we went to the same high school and it was like an everyday type of high school, do you understand what I'm talking about? Like just your normal ass fucking kids went there. Do you understand? She was still very close to somebody that was very close to somebody, like very, very close. Do you understand? It's kind of like to me, it's kind of like your mom, like, I don't know, like your cousin is best friends with fucking like Ivanka Trump or Paris Hilton, or like I don't know, like Elon Musk. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like big time people. So in a sense, you're not really that much of an everyday person. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? So anyway, I was just saying, like, Sade, even though like Sade was like kind of like an everyday person, like I did say that at her funeral. Not her funeral, her ceremony. Like, we were all going around like doing the whole remembrance thing. And I flat out stated, I was like, I was speaking more from intuition, because back then I didn't know that teleportation was real. I didn't know that telepathy was real. Like, do you like phenomena? Do you understand? I knew that there were more like science fiction type of things, like fake things. Do you understand? But not actual phenomena that are being approved of by the U.S. federal government and Harvard Medical School, and then they're providing fucking evidence, and then my mom is fucking flat out doing it right in front of my face with no chill, no fucking respect whatsoever, because that was disrespectful, because how are you going to do that in front of me and not even give me, like, a teleportation manual? But anyway, I flat out said, out of intuition, I just said, like, you know what, like, even though, you know, Sade was a great person, blah, blah, I can't say it verbatim, but I said flat out, like, you know, Sade was a great person, blah, 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 but even though all of this has happened, blah, 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 like, I still feel like she's still here. Do you understand? Like, I still feel like she's still with us. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? That was, like, my intuition speaking, and now, obviously, I know that Sade didn't fucking die. That bitch is trolling. She obviously, like, teleported into a new fucking body or some fucking shit, and everyone knows that she's fucking alive because y'all are fucking trolling. Bitch, y'all are trolling and being theatrical, bitch. Y'all are trolling and being theatrical, because you can't sit there and argue against the federal, because that's the thing. Once Srini Pillai said other species can be fucking telepathic. I went out and saw it by myself, and I could deduce, no, it's real, because the birds murmuring, there's no possible way that they're doing that so harmoniously without telepathy. What the fuck? Like, seriously, they're doing it so harmoniously, and there's no possible way that they're not doing it without telepathy. Do you understand? So, I'm just saying, like, that song, Misery Remember Me, like, I was calling it out on the comment section. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just so weird for Ladytron to be liking my comments now with no chill. After these people, after Ladytron has been, like, a fucking, like, do you understand? Ladytron has been, like, what do you call it? Like, you know, like Michael Jackson to me. Do you understand how people would go crazy for Michael Jackson? Crazy, like they lose their minds. Do you understand? Because it's like seeing a god. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Well, that's what Ladytron is to me, because I have listened, like, Ladytron has been like spiritual guidance for me throughout all these years, because I felt like they were, like, in a sense, kind of like, in a sense, like, indirectly speaking to me. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, it's just like they would speak to my soul. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, I would listen to these songs and they would speak to my soul. Do you understand? Like, there's this song called Destroy Everything You Touch. And, like, I was going through a phase in my life where, you know, I just didn't understand everything. And I was being hateful. Do you understand? Like, I was being hateful because people were being theatric too. But I wasn't completely aware that they were being theatric. So I took it as no nonsense. Like, no, they're being evil. They're being abusive. They don't care. So I'm going to destroy everything I touch. You don't know what you feel, cannot touch, blah, blah, what was it? Destroy everything you touch today, please destroy. Like, you know, it's kind of like a paradoxical thing, because it's kind of like, I'm destroying everything while simultaneously saying, like, you know, like, you destroy me because I'm invincible. Like, do you understand? That's kind of like what that song feels like. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, it's kind of like saying, like, I'll destroy, like, you know, it's just destruction. That song is just destruction and destruction. It's kind of like saying, like, fuck you, because you're violating me. So go ahead and destroy me, but I'm going to do the same thing. Do you understand what I'm talking about? That's kind of like what that song, like, is, like, stating. Do you understand? Like, it's kind of like revenge. Do you understand? Like, it's like saying, like, hold on. It's like, hold up. Let me look up the lyrics. Hold on. Because it's like, hold on. But simultaneously, there was, like, fashion involved in it. Like, do you understand? There was, like satanic symbolism. And the only reason why I ever even verged into Satanism was because, like, you know, the Bible didn't fucking make sense. If the Bible doesn't make sense while you're a child, anyone will resort to Satanism. Do you understand? Because it just doesn't make sense. How are you going to sit there and read a book where this man that owns the universe, he created everything, and he is almighty, he loves you forever, but then you flip the page and he's like, no, but I hate you, and I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to destroy you, and fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. I don't care if I know the future and I knew you were going to do it before you did it, but fuck you, I hate you. Of course, when you're a child and you don't even know what the fuck critical thinking is, at age 14 and 15, we were still studying that in school. Do you understand? So I didn't even completely understand that stuff. So of course I'm going to listen to a song like Destroy Everything You Touch and take it, you know, use that as some type of like spiritual defense. Because I used to like live through music back then. Do you understand? I would like live through music because it felt very spiritual. Hold on. So, hold on, let me read the lyrics, because it's like, you know, it's like speaking, you know, it's like indirectly speaking to my soul type shit. So I would listen to Ladytron and listen, I've heard this song, like, I swear to God, like thousands of times. It says, destroy everything you touch today, destroy me this way. Anything that may desert you so it cannot hurt you. Like, obviously, that's what it's saying. Like, you know, anyone that can betray, anything or anyone that can desert you, betray, like, you know, anything translates to anyone. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because anything that may desert you, obviously, things don't desert you. Do you understand? It's obviously what it is. Do you understand what I'm talking about? You only have to look behind you at who's undermined you. Destroy everything you touch today. Please destroy me this way. Everything you touch, you don't feel, do not know. I'm sorry. Like, this song is too spiritual. Do you understand? Hold on. Like, do you understand? What you touch, you don't feel, do not know what you steal. Shakes your hand, takes your gun, walks you out of the sun. Do you understand? Like, evil people, even theatrical people, even if y'all are playing the villain, y'all are still playing the villain, even if you're being theatrical. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Even if you're being fake, you're not actually being genuine about your hatred. It's still like, you're still disinforming. You're still misinforming. You're still prolonging the fucking agony. So it's like, you're flat out saying like, obviously the song is what it is. Like, destroy everything you touch today. Please destroy me this way. Like, saying like, you know, like that's just the way I took it, you know, like, and the song is like very spiritual. Like, the album is called Witching Hour. Like, I always felt like it, like what Ladytron was releasing is very supernatural. Like, they're like giving you like witchcraft through music. Do you understand? Like, spiritual shields. Do you understand? Like, the songs themselves, just the tone and the beats sound like very like don't fuck with me beats. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, they're like dignity beats. Like, even if they don't completely make sense, like, they're like dignity beats. Do you understand? Like, heavy metal, for example. Like, you know, when you listen to heavy metal, and you listen to somebody like blaring that music, if you're not very like aware, you don't have much life experience, you might think that that person is playing that because they're like, they're saying, they're giving a clear message of don't fuck with me. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, that's what I took from Ladytron. Like, it's kind of like more like heavy metal than heavy metal is, because heavy metal is a bit too violent. This is a bit like more like prudent, you know, like, it's not about like just complete mosh pits. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's more about like, you know, I love people, but you're a bad person. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So I'm saying like, I don't give a fuck, because those people obviously don't care, because they're letting you abuse me. Do you understand? Even though I'm calling it the fuck out. Do you understand? So I'm going to destroy everything I touch. I'm listening to Ladytron. Do you understand? In whatever way I can. Do you understand? I'm going to destroy everything I touch in whatever way I can. In whatever way is legal, because obviously the police fucking gets involved if you try fucking burning down a fucking building. So anyway, I will use my Second Amendment rights in whatever way I can. Do you understand what I'm talking about? This song is very pro Second Amendment. Do you understand? So it's just saying, destroy everything you touch today. It's like, and it flat out says it, like, shakes your hand. You know, it comes up to you as if it's friendly, and then it takes your gun. And then they're saying that, like, you have to look behind you at who's like, it's backstabbers. Do you understand? It's people that come up to you, they act like they're your fucking friends, and then they fuck you the fuck over in a way that's just so fucking abusive. Like, it's just, you weren't even expecting it. Do you understand? You were not even expecting it. Now, this is a completely different story because I wasn't expecting teleportation. I wasn't expecting telepathy. I was expecting something else. So now the narrative of Ladytron has changed, because it changed from fight everything and destroy everything and use your evil. Like, for example, that song, Use Your Evil, Evil by Ladytron. It's kind of like Born This Way, where she's saying, use your evil when you want. This is happening for your pleasure, at your leisure. Hold on. This is happening for your pleasure, at your leisure. Use your evil when you want. Like, that's just, like, this is another song that I was talking about. Like, the chorus makes sense, but the rest of it is, like, not applying. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Kind of, it's kind of gay. It's, like, very fucking gay. Like, that's all I can say. It's just gay as fuck. I'm just gonna say it. It sounds clubby. It sounds fucking like a gay fucking club. A gay club. When a menthol hit hooks a spatial girl in her summer clothes. Gay. That's gay as fuck. Do you understand? That's some gay ass fucking shit. You go to a gay club, there's a spatial girl in her summer clothes chain smoking a fucking cigarette. Do you understand? Chain smoking. All I can say, there's a girl named Brittany Toohey, and that's the only person I can apply this song to. When a menthol hit hooks a spatial girl in her summer clothes. That's a girl that I can apply that to. Like, this is gay. This song is gay as fucking hell. Like, it's just gay. It's just gay. It's gay. Like, what comes to mind, a menthol hit hooks a spatial girl. Gay. Do you understand? It's like a gay, either like a bisexual woman or a lesbian in a gay club hanging out in an LGBT bar or LGBT club in the fucking back area, the smoking area, just chain smoking nonstop by herself being dramatic as hell. Do you understand? In her summer clothes, because it's summertime. Do you understand? I don't see a regular ass woman. I'm talking about, like, this is gay. But I'm just saying, like, this song is like, it's another, like, dignity song. Like, this is happening for your pleasure, at your leisure, use your evil when you want. Like, it's practically saying, like, how can you protect something so perfect without evil? Like, how are you getting in the way of my pleasure, of my dignity? Do you understand what I'm talking about? So I'm going to have to use my evil when I want. Do you know? For my fucking pleasure. Do you understand? Because y'all are over here being theatrical. Y'all are being theatrical, and I don't fucking know better, so I have the right to fucking use evil. Do you understand? Do you understand? That's why children can get away with shit. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because they don't know better. And even adults that don't know how to teleport can get away with evil. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because teleportation is something, when it comes down to it, you need tact. You can't use teleportation for evil. Do you understand? Because if other people can teleport, they can use it against you. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So if you're using evil when you're teleporting, do you understand why it's all theatrical when y'all are over here fucking acting like the villains? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying, but the song Misery, Remember Me, like, now, that's what I'm saying. Like, the narrative of Ladytron has changed from destroy everything you touch, use your evil when you want, and crying, talking about, like, you know, hey, can I go with you, my beauty number 2? Hey, can I go with you? Do you understand? Like, sadness. Like, Ladytron went from sadness, defending yourself at all costs. It doesn't matter. Defend yourself. Use your evil. It doesn't matter. Use it. Go ahead and use evil, because they didn't care. They were evil, so give it back to them. You know yourself that you are evil. You know, kind of that, like how Lady Gaga in Bad Kids, where she says, don't be insecure if your heart is pure. Like, you're still good to me if you're, because you know deep down inside that you're not evil. Hold on. That's what I'm saying. Good people did something, like they didn't do anything when they were supposed to. I'm the one that has to stand up for myself. Do you understand what I'm talking about? That's why I have, like, do you understand? That's when you have to resort to evil. Do you understand? When good people stood by in silence or told you to do the complete opposite thing of prudence. Do you understand? They told you, oh, just ignore them. No, you don't ignore evil people. You hold them accountable. So that's why I listen to music like this. Anyone with fucking prudence would understand that. Not that I'm evil. I'm listening to this music because it's just like, you listen to what Lady Gaga is saying. She's saying, don't be insecure if your heart is pure, because that's your heart. That's your soul. You know damn well that you aren't fucking evil. Just because somebody's calling you a bad kid doesn't mean that you're bad. So go ahead. If you know that you're pure, you know that your heart is pure, go ahead and use your fucking evil. It's called self-defense. It's called giving society back what they gave you to begin with. Do you understand what I'm talking about? When they stood silent, when they stood in silence, when you didn't fucking know better. And then they're over here fucking not telling you that, flat out showing you that teleportation is real. Flat out telling you that telepathy is real. You have to wait for decades and in pain. Do you understand? Because I still experience pain, and I know that there are people out there that fucking have congenital insensitivity to pain. They don't feel fucking pain, dude. And they're flat out just running around society faking it and going, do you understand how that's dramatic? Y'all are over here faking it. I'm the one that feels pain. So technically, no, I'm being serious. When somebody can teleport, they have all the ingredients to teleport, to be immortal, to use telepathy and not experience pain and manipulate matter at will. Y'all have gravitons. Y'all are over here lying. Y'all over here lying about gravity. Y'all know how to manipulate gravity, and y'all are over here fucking claiming, oh no, it's a hypothetical. We're still, Michio Kaku and Neil deGrasse Tyson are some whole ass fucking trolls. Y'all know better, and